Ready? 3, 2, 1. We are live. Hey, everybody. Coach Mark here. Welcome back to the channel. So, today what I'm going to be talking about is just a little extemporaneous live here. I'm going to be introducing the Rubicon Tacitus. This was a project that I had talked about a while back. The idea was it was going to be a multi-program ebook, 3 times a week, full body conjugate. And it kind of fell by the wayside, admittedly, reason being I just had some very fortunate growth in my business that kind of pulled me away from it as well. Just a bit more focus on the strongman side of things due to that growth in the business. Ultimately, though, I didn't want to abandon the project because I'm really big on conjugate training, as you all know. And having wrapped up the Conjugate Codex, I felt that talking about Tacitus-style conjugate was the next logical step. And so the idea with Tacitus conjugate is it's 3 times a week full body conjugate, which really works nicely for a wide variety of populations. I think 3 times a week training is extremely underrated for most of us. And the idea here is it's going to have 5 programs within it, and it's going to be released over the next 5 months. So there's going to be 1 program / ebook dropping every single month. And then at the end of it all, there will be a giant ebook with all of the programs put together as one big final compendium. So that way you can pick and choose which ones you like. You can all even mix and match and steal progressions from, say, the functional fitness program and slap it into the lifestyle program, depending on what you're looking for. So let's go ahead and talk a bit more about that. Okay, already kind of talked about it. So yeah, 3 times a week, full body conjugate. All of them, the idea is you want to build performance, compliance, and real world strength. I really wanted these to be sort of a good evergreen approach for the average person, wherein they could take this and play with it, see what works for them. Obviously, they're all going to have different goals, but the structures are going to be relatively similar. And let's talk a bit about them individually now. First off is Tacitus Corso. This one's going to be for high rocks and functional fitness athletes. The idea here is an emphasis on strength endurance, power output, and sort of that repeatability underneath fatigue. So you're going to think Metcons, sleds, barbell clusters, EMOMs, complexes, things of that nature. That way you can not only repeatedly demonstrate your strength, but also build a wide base of work capacity so that you can not gas out so quickly. This is going to be based off of a split that I've done with some of my athletes, for example, who are doing stuff like high rocks or other fitness racing events like a Spartan, for example. Then it'll be Tacitus Luta, and this one is designed more for combat athletes, whether it be MMA or BJJ. And yes, I know that they are different sports, but the demands are relatively similar. And the reason why is you got to think about your grip strength, explosive strength, and the ability to not only generate force, but also to absorb and redirect force. So that's where triphasic training is going to come into play, especially if you look at BJJ. A lot of the people who are in BJJ now are former strength athletes, so they're very good at bilateral force generation, but they're not so good at controlling force or redirecting it, or let alone just stopping it. So work such as pause work, slow eccentrics, this is going to help build that positional strength so they can express it across multiple angles. You want control when it counts and power when it matters. There's also going to be use of contrast training in Luta. Then Tacitus Batto. This one is strongman training. We're going to be working on work capacity, static strength, and rep strength. The idea is carrying over to every single possible event. It's essentially just all-around or off-season program. Density is going to be one of the biggest things I emphasize in the program. Reason being, strongman is inherently a high-density sport. You're doing max reps for a minute. You're doing medleys. You have 5-6 events in one day. You need to have a very high level of not only work capacity, but strength within that work capacity. And density training is one of the best methods to improve it there. Criminally underrated for overall general development. If you hop on the channel, you'll see my program Ogre Accord, and that's helped one of my athletes really just skyrocket his deadlift very quickly, as well as his press, because we built so much work capacity very quickly via the density mechanisms. Tacitus Vita is the lifter who trains for life. This one's designed for the person who isn't necessarily, how do I phrase this? They're not looking to set PRs week in, week out. They're not a physique athlete. They're just someone who wants to make the gym fit inside of a life that is busy outside of the gym. So whether you're a parent, you're a business owner, or maybe you're kind of in that post-competition era of your life, but you still want to be strong, you still want to be healthy, you still want to be conditioned, that's who this is for. The idea is building durable strength, sensible progressions, and enough volume to build without cooking yourself. It's a good base layer of performance. You can almost look at this one as the root from which every other program is going to stem. Then would be Tacitus Forma. This is a power building program. So strength, size, and work capacity. You want to build a physique that's both show and go. I anticipate this one being pretty gosh darn popular. I mean, who doesn't love power building? I love power building. And it's going to be a really good option for someone who is looking to maximize muscle size and strength, but can't train 4 or 5 days a week and wants to get in, hit it hard. Maybe you have a variable schedule, because what's nice about full body training too is if you miss a day in your training week, you can just slide it over the next week and carry on like nothing happened. That's what makes it so valuable for a lot of us who do have busier schedules. So hope that all makes sense. Pretty quick exposition here. And with all of these Tacitus programs, you're going to see an iteration of max effort, dynamic/developmental effort, as well as repeated effort. So I'd be curious, folks. Let me know which one you're most curious about. Let me know if you have any comments, concerns, or questions down below in the comments sections. You know, the best comments and questions are ones I will turn into topic videos. Give me some topics, folks. I'd really appreciate your help, because I am here for you. And, you know, of course, as always, if you don't want to wait for Tacitus, or you're looking for something a little more tailored to you, I offer one-to-one coaching. It's what I do full-time. Odds are very good. I'd love to work with you. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for your time and consideration. I'll see you in the next video.